The walls are cracking. Every day, another explosion tears through stone that has stood for centuries. Every night, the defenders patch the gaps with whatever they can find. Inside the city, there is almost no food left. The horses have been eaten. The rats are next. Tens of thousands of Ottoman soldiers surround Vienna. Cannons fire without pause. Mines collapse entire sections of the defenses. Inside the city, prayers are whispered in churches as the walls crumble. And no one is coming to help. Or so we think. This is the story of Vienna, 1683, the siege that decided the fate of Europe. Vienna sits at the crossroads of Europe. Control Vienna, and you control the gateway between East and West, between the Ottoman Empire and the fractured kingdoms of Christian Europe. For nearly 2 centuries, the Ottoman Empire, a Muslim imperial power, has been expanding westward. Its sultans rule from Constantinople, combining military authority with religious legitimacy. They take Constantinople, they move through the Balkans, they push into Hungary. For the Christian kingdoms of Central Europe, Vienna becomes more than a city. It is a political stronghold, a cultural center, and a religious frontier. Now, Vienna stands directly in the path of Ottoman ambition. If the city falls, the road into the heart of Christian Europe lies open. The smaller German states, Poland, the balance of power across the continent would shift. Everyone understands what is at stake. Stopping it is another matter entirely. In the spring of 1683, the Ottoman army begins to march. It is led by Grand Vizier Kara Mustafa Pasha, the Ottoman Sultan's chief minister and military commander. He carries not only imperial authority, but religious legitimacy to expand Ottoman rule. He brings more than 100,000 men, infantry, cavalry, engineers, artillery. This is not a raid. It is a campaign meant to secure a decisive victory for the Ottoman Empire and Islam in Central Europe. By July, the army reaches Vienna. The siege begins. Inside Vienna, fewer than 16,000 defenders remain. Many are militia, civilians pressed into service. Only a few thousand are professional soldiers. Count Ernst Rüdiger von Starhemberg commands the defense, a Catholic nobleman serving the Holy Roman Empire. He's outnumbered, outgunned, and fully aware of both. Ottoman engineers dig trenches closer to the walls. Muslim sappers tunnel beneath the foundations, packing explosives into the earth. Every few days, a mine detonates. Bastions collapse. Defenders rush to hold the breach before the attackers pour through. Food runs low, then lower. Disease spreads in the summer heat. The dead pile up faster than they can be buried. Church bells ring daily inside the city, not in celebration, but in warning and prayer. Before the siege tightens completely, Starhemberg sends messengers out of Vienna, desperate pleas for help from fellow Christian rulers. Weeks pass. No one answers. Relief forces are forming, but they are far away. The Holy Roman Emperor Leopold I has fled Vienna. He attempts to rally the Christian princes of the empire. Many hesitate. Political rivalries outweigh religious unity. No one wants to risk their own army. Poland's king, John III Sobieski, a devout Catholic monarch, agrees to intervene. He sees Vienna as both strategic and religious responsibility. But his forces need time to gather, time to march. Inside Vienna, the defenders know none of this. They do not know if help is coming. They do not know if God or allies will answer their prayers. By early September, large sections of the outer defenses have fallen. Ottoman troops fight inside parts of the city itself. Starhemberg prepares for a final stand in the inner districts. Then, on September 11th, something changes. Scouts report movement in the Vienna woods, large formations, banners marked with Christian symbols, dust rising from thousands of hooves. It could be relief, or it could be the end. The morning of September 12th, 1683. From the hills overlooking Vienna, an army appears. Polish, German, Imperial. Around 70,000 men drawn from across Christian Europe. Before the battle, priests hold mass on the heights. Soldiers kneel in prayer. At the center flies the banner of Poland. King John III Sobieski has arrived. With him comes the largest cavalry force assembled in Europe in decades, including the famed Polish winged hussars. The Ottomans see them too. Kara Mustafa pulls troops away from the siege. He forms defensive lines along the slopes leading down toward the city. For hours, the armies maneuver. Artillery thunders. Infantry clashes in the woods. Neither side breaks. Then, late in the afternoon, Sobieski makes his decision. He will charge. At around 5 in the evening, the charge begins. 18,000 horsemen surge forward, Polish hussars in the lead. Their wings are fixed to their armor. Many carry religious banners alongside their lances. As they descend the hill, the sound rolls across the battlefield like thunder. They accelerate, the ground shakes, Ottoman lines brace, Muslim soldiers stand firm beneath green banners marked with Quranic inscriptions. There is no stopping them. The cavalry crashes into the Ottoman center with overwhelming force. Lances shatter, sabers flash, formations buckle. Within minutes, the line collapses. Panic spreads, units break. Officers try to rally their men, but momentum is gone. Kara Mustafa's command tent is overrun. His personal standard is captured. An army that had besieged Vienna for 2 months disintegrates in less than 3 hours. By nightfall, the Ottomans are in full retreat. They leave everything behind: tents, cannons, supplies, treasure. Vienna's gates open. Defenders and relief troops pour out, many crossing themselves in disbelief as they pursue the retreating army. Kara Mustafa attempts to regroup in Hungary, but the defeat is catastrophic. Thousands of his men are dead or scattered. When he returns to Constantinople, the responsibility is clear. On December 25, 1683, Kara Mustafa is executed by strangulation, according to Ottoman custom. Vienna survives, but the consequences stretch far beyond the city. The failure at Vienna marks a turning point. Ottoman expansion into Christian Central Europe stops here. For the next 16 years, imperial and allied armies, bound by shared political and religious identity, push back. Hungary is reclaimed. The frontier moves south. The balance of power shifts. The Ottoman Empire remains formidable, but it never again threatens Central Europe as it did in 1683. Poland's prestige rises across the continent. John III Sobieski is remembered as a defender of both kingdom and faith. Vienna itself transforms. Churches, monasteries, and monuments are built in thanks for survival. The siege becomes embedded in religious memory as well as civic identity. The city enters a cultural golden age. Art, music, architecture. The Baroque Vienna known today emerges in the decades after the siege. All of it possible because the walls held just long enough.